And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, some say Jrue Holiday is the best defender in the league that no one talks about. He said, "I don't need any accolades. I don't like being famous. But for guys to remember how I play defense on them, that respect, that's the only accolade I want. It's fun for me, playing myself to total exhaustion." Kevin?
What a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Ball.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Thomas Satoransky is out there with Dunn, and it's Levine in at the 3 spot. And for the Pelicans, Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Brandon Ingram's out there with Favors, and it's Redick in at the 3, the small forward. A lot of speed out there, Chris. Should be a track meet tonight. You played in a number of systems. Did you prefer a faster game or a slower pace?
Oh, I preferred the fastest game. That's why I love the West Coast play. Now, you got some teams changing that, especially when you look at Milwaukee and Toronto. They play like West Coast teams, but, I love the West Coast style of play, and I love playing fast. It's a lot more fun for everyone.
It is.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Continuing to develop his offensive game. I love seeing Ball be assertive with the pull-up jumper.
Carter against Favors. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here are the Pelicans with the ball. Fades. Holiday, the pass to Favors. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Ingram kicks to Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Knocks down the 3 ball. Ball's got his second basket of the night.
He's finding some good shots early on, and what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
And it's done penetrating, and the rejection by Favors. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Shot, high post. Ball with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Redick with the bucket.
This is a shot Redick knows he can make. His aggressive mindset makes him lethal.
To the inside, and another turnover here by Chicago. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
But Greg, they just appeared lost out there. It seemed like they were scrambling on the defensive end of the floor.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
And in their 2 matchups last season, they came up empty both times. Not really too shocking when you see how they fared overall.
Carter finds Levine to the paint, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dunn.
And that's just carelessness there. You have got to have your head in the game.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Ball feeling it out a bit. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. They get a hand on it, taken away by Holiday. Unloads, and all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And let's take a look at the story on Chris Dunn. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 7 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all they need, especially in tight games. 1 or 2 plays can make all the difference. Here's
Satoransky, and that time also a missed shot. Pelicans leading by 13, and then Favors with the dunk.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Number 1, the Bulls.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Dunn passes to Levine. From past the arc, that one no good. And New Orleans will come the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, Kevin, a ton of tension in that one. The fans were kind of on the edge of their seat right up until the end. And I tell you what, those are the kinds of games you love to be a part of, but man, do you hate to lose them.
Dunn's shot's good.
Showing he has plenty of tricks in his bag. Dunn never bashful about whipping out the floater.
Well, you talk about athletic families. Both of Drew Holiday's parents played Division I college basketball. 2 brothers also in the NBA. His sister played at UCLA. Oh, and by the way, his wife is a gold medal winning soccer player. That is tough to beat.
And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And checking out the numbers for Ingram. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 5th for free throw shooting. 6th in scoring. And he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And he's been deadly from the free throw line. Only a handful of players are shooting a better percentage. Phenomenal asset to have on your team. And Drew Holiday, one of the 3 brothers playing in the NBA at the same time. Greg, how often do you see that?
I mean, we had the Plumleys for a while there, but the Holidays, probably the most notable example. Aaron, Drew, and Justin, a basketball dynasty in one generation.
Levine kicks to Dunn. Carter outside. Shot to stop the run, and goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And it's Ball, that time on the assist from Favors. 14 points for Lonzo Ball.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And so Sadaransky will bring it up.